Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. It's Veroosh. And I have, okay, come on, girls. Do you believe in love? Because I have something to say about it. And it goes something like this. So today we're going to take a look at can you trust them? Whatever situation you're in with a man or a woman, we're going to take a look at whether you can trust this person and what's going on for them. Watch for your sun, moon, and rising, and I'll tell you how that person is feeling towards you, whether there's something suspicious going on that you need to know. We're going to go fast today because it's a daily. Yesterday I did a really good weekly, so go check that out in the description, and then later on you will also receive your, whatchamacallit, your sun sign, sun, moon, and rising reading for relationship compatibility. So we're rocking and rolling. Thank you guys for showing up and your comments, likes, shares, and subscribes and all of that. I will talk with you guys soon, and I'm about to get into it. So here, let's spill some tea. I don't know what to say. Okay, let's just get into it. Oh, I have a crystal to show you guys. So this isn't a Super 7, but this is a Super 5 from Brazil. So Super 7 is a crystal that has a bunch of minerals in it. This is a Super 5, which means that there's 5 minerals in it. But the special thing about this crystal, as you can see, it's one of my twins. So it has like a little twin growing alongside of it. And it has this beautiful, beautiful energy. I hope that I got this from my friend. Here, I'll lay it down flat so you guys can enjoy. And these are very, very hard to find. So they were mined in the 70s, and my friend, who's a crystal fanatic, had it locked away, and they sold it to me. Him and his daughter sold it to me, and it's like a very special thing that you won't be able to get very easily, and I just love it so much. So I think it had that chip in the top. I mean, it's natural formation of stuff, but anyway, so twin crystal souls. There you go. Let's take a look at this situation of yours. So remember, watch for your sun, moon, and rising, and make sure that you are, get my ring on. So watch for your sun, moon, and rising, and I'll tell you if the person you're dealing with you can trust. If you are not in a relationship, you can apply this to other types of relationships, okay? So you can kind of, you know, or maybe cross watch. I don't know what kind of message will come through, but I'm reading for your sun, moon, and rising. So watch for your sun, moon, and rising, and I'll tell you if the people you're dealing with are legit or, yeah. Okay, so first sign is Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. Hey guys, hope you guys are doing well. Let's take a look at if you can trust the person you're dealing with. So first card is the 5 of Pentacles. Then we have the Strength card. I'm going to put 6 cards down. Then we have the 5 of Swords. There's been a lot of misunderstandings in the situation. I feel as though there's been a lot of misunderstandings, Taurus, in the situation, and it's triggered the person to be petty. This is my petty spaghetti card. So this guy, you know, he is petty. So this person is immature. They're not necessarily thinking in their best energy. Look at him. He looks sus. So we have definitely someone who's been triggered. This is your energy, and I feel like you're really walking away. You're being the bigger person, Taurus, and I think you're turning towards something else. Like you take the high road and you show love in the situation, or you turn the other cheek and go a different direction and find acceptance somewhere else. Because I think that like triggered. This person's triggered and they're responding in a shady way. You know, this 5 of Pentacles, it has to do with their lack mentality. It has to do with whatever gnarly shit's going on, okay? So here is the next message we have for Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. Let's take a look at if you can trust this person or not, okay? So we have the Temperance card, Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. And then we have the 3 of Pentacles. This person has a lot of goals with regard to their work, 10 of Swords. They've also had a lot of upsets. So whoever you're dealing with, Cancer, they have a lot of upsets. They had big goals, big dreams. You know, they were working hard and there was things in their way. So they're affected by their experiences. And then we have the Five of Wands. I don't think they believe in themselves, Cancer. They have a low self-esteem. We had 2 cards for the next one. So we have the Tower and the Lovers come through all together. That's a big, big message right there. So I feel like they probably said something. It feels like you're dealing with somebody who was out of balance with their life. And they probably lashed out at you in some way. And now they feel lonely. Can you trust them? Can you trust them not to do this again? I do think that they went through a huge situation that affected their ability. They weren't at their best. And I feel like they probably externalized towards you. So I feel like they took it out on you. And I think that the trust that you had with them was undermined. And now you're sort of trying to find common ground. But the question is, if they did it once before, will they do it again? I feel as though, especially for those Cancers who are dealing with someone at work, I feel like maybe there was a betrayal. And there's like, who do I trust here now? So be on guard, Cancer. It doesn't look perfect, but it does look like somebody wasn't at their best. And they may regret how they behaved or what they did, okay? Oh, there it is. There's that regret card. So they definitely feel bad about it. You need to make a decision whether or not to trust them, but they feel bad. But then there's also the question, are they going to do it again, right? Okay. So next sign is, we have Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Scorpio, trust no man. I'm just kidding. Okay, so look at me being shady. I don't mean it, but kind of true. Scorpios have like the, you know, BS radar. You guys are able to see a lot, and sometimes it's hard to tell if it's BS or something else. So, but you're pretty good at figuring it out. So we have first the Page of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Then we have the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Somebody approached someone else with like a lot, like on the emotional, you know, like this person knew that the other person was very emotionally driven, so they talked to them in the way that would resonate. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. It looks like a person who's caught between a couple different options, not necessarily in love, but it looks like somebody is trying to figure out which way to go. I actually think you're the person in the middle. I feel like the person you're wondering about is the Page of Cups. And I think there's someone else that you're turning towards, someone that's more stable. I feel like this person wants to give you a lot, but maybe they're not of the same maturity or preparedness as the Queen. I mean, it's the Page to the Queen. It's kind of like very young energy to a much older energy. So I think you as the Scorpio are very likely to turn to someone who's going to say, this is my long-term goals. Like, here you go. Here's my perspective. I think this person's going to give up. If you're worried that this person's going to have a broken heart, Scorpio, I don't think that that's going to be for long. I think that very soon you're going to switch directions. And the Empress, and that person is gonna be significant for helping you to open up this person. So basically, let's say this, the person you're thinking about, very likely you are going to not be interested in them for long, or whatever they're bringing, it's just not of the same quality that you need. And I think you'll be turning towards someone who's offering a lot more. You have the Ace of Cups. There's love coming towards you from a much more solid direction, somebody who you can trust, maybe someone who has more experience. And so it's more about actually you going in a different direction. It's not that you can't trust them. They're just very, very young or inexperienced, and they just they just, you know, you don't yeah, they're just young and inexperienced, and there's something better out there for you. So we did the water signs right up front. Oh no, we missed Pisces. Hey, Pisces. Okay, so now we have Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's take a look at your cards, Libra. Can you trust the person that you have on your mind? So we see the Ten of Swords first, okay? And then we have the Five of Wands. Ten of Swords, Five of Wands. Then we have the Tower. Ooh, shit's hit the fan. Okay, Libra, big things on the horizon. Seven of Swords. Ooh, okay. I'm going to pass judgment once we see the last couple cards. I feel like there will be some kind of outcome to all this crap. So we have the Three of Wands, and then we have the King of Wands. So somebody is waiting for you after a period of a lot of whoever you're dealing with. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot of like very big things, like big things being said, big decisions being made, unexpected events. People are not trusting each other. The Seven of Swords, usually you guys know that I read the Seven of Swords in a more positive way, especially since my moon's in Aquarius, which is this card. But in this case, I do feel like people are distrustful and they're willing to, in this situation, run away from responsibilities to save themselves. It's very much like a self-threatened environment where people are not self-threatened, people feel threatened, and so they're quick to in some way react and cause upheaval to save themselves. And I think somebody's coming in, though, the King of Wands, who sees through the BS. So somebody's going to come in for you, Libra, and help you see through the situation. This person is very truthful, the King of Wands. They like fire and fire, you know, burn through all BS. And so I think that somebody, maybe this person is like your honest person, or the person you can trust in a sea of circumstances. If this is you, Libra, just hold on tight. You've been attacked. People have been fighting. There's been lots of shoving and pushing going on. But there's something coming through the Three of Wands with the King of Wands. So this person's coming through with, you know, good intentions. This is, you know, I have a lot to say about the King of Wands in like a negative way, but the good side of him is that he's very loyal, very straightforward, like a ride and die, a very like, got you, you know, I got you. He'll run into the fiery building to save you. That kind of energy. Okay? So here is the energy from this. So, oh, and there's a situation in which Libra, excuse me, there's a situation in which there was a lot of lying. There's a lot of whatever we've touched upon here. There's a lot of lying, and you've been kept from that, which is the Nine of Wands. So it is what it is. Next sign, we have Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Can you trust him or her? Remember, this is love or not love, or just a bunch of cards fell out, not one in specific. The Magician was face up, so somebody's doing something. Okay, so somebody's making moves. When I say doing something, I'm like, they're being like, you know, they're being clever. So we have the Page of Wands, Sag, Leo, or Aries. Then we have the Page of Cups. Okay, and then we have, like, I don't trust this. Remember, I have 4 Scorpio placements, so I have a tendency to be like, this is suspect. You know, like I'm pretty sus about everything. So we have Nine of Wands. I feel like both people, I'm not saying you, but there's 2 people involved who are immature. And I think that one person is prone to catastrophizing things. So they think something happens and they sort of blow it out of proportion and overreact a lot. The other person doesn't know what to do. There's been a disagreement between very young energies. I'm not sure if this is you or people around you, but they're both sort of, they don't know enough in life to know exactly, like, they don't know enough in life to have enough self-confidence. So this kind of situation, they're sort of pushing away from each other because there's been disagreement, there's been something that they don't understand, and one is really thinking the end is near while the other person doesn't know what to do. So they're both like without the capacity to be able to address things properly. There's the Nine of Cups. Somebody wants to have fun. There's also an indication here that somebody might have a drinking problem. We have the Page of Cups holding a cup, and then the Nine of Cups. So if there's a substance abuse issue, that's even worse. Maybe that's what the conflict has been around, if there has been a conflict. But then we have the Two of Cups. So I feel like, look, there's two twos. Both people like each other. They just have gotten into some kind of conflict together. And I feel like maybe it's gotten bigger than what it actually is because of the things we mentioned, because there's a lack of experience in dealing with the issue. Someone's not good about talking about their feelings, and the other person is catastrophizing it. Catastrophizing is like, you know, a black cat crosses the road and you run home and you lock yourself in for a week because you're afraid something's going to get you, like blowing things out of proportion. That's another way to say it. And a lot of people do it when they're scared or whatever, you know. So there's that. All right, so let's take a look at the next sign. We have Virgo. Hey Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's see if you can trust them. That reading, though, for your relationship compatibility, that was tea. But then we did another one, and that was better. Can you trust the person you're with? What's going on? This person, so we have offers, but these offers are less. So offering less than they could, or offering as little as possible. And then we have, this is better. Oh, Virgo, there you are, King of Pentacles. Remember, these are personality cards for me more than anything else. And Three of Cups. Somebody wants to make a reunion or an offer, but I feel like it's 60%. They're offering just a little bit, you know? They could offer more. And I feel like maybe, I feel as though like it's not enough. I feel like you could do better, and you kind of know it. And there could be some confusion around what is being offered, like how much is being offered or what the person has in mind. We have the two earth signs, Virgo, Knight of Pentacles. The one thing I'll say about your person is that the two earth signs, they're known for being loyal and trust. So it feels like maybe two people who don't understand each other so much, or maybe there's strange expectations, and I feel like maybe you guys don't communicate so well about, you're not so great at communicating about what's going on, so you're left to wonder what the other person wants. And there's Four of Swords. So I feel as though there's a miscommunication here. I feel like I think loyalty is loyalty. I think that that's really figured out, but also at the same time, there's a need to, this is a relationship because of communication. It's sort of wasting time, Virgo. And so I feel like until you both communicate more openly, there will constantly be this question about what the legitimacy of people's intentions towards each other. So it's like, what does it, you're not talking about what the other person wants. So each of you, or one person to the other, is asking like, is this person loyal? Is this person trustworthy? I don't know, because we don't talk about it. So more transparency in this situation is needed. Okay. And that's accountability for both of you guys. Yeah. And then we have the princess. Princess the Pisces. There we go. We have the perfect name for you guys. The Princess Pisces crew. Okay. Hey, girl. Hey. So let's see. We have the Chariot. I don't think you care whether you can trust them or not, but that's a very Piscean thing. Like, you're like, Pisces is not so attached to trust, because you know people are like, you can get very scared about like trustworthiness, but Pisces is like, you know, some like even trustworthy people can be not trusted sometimes. So you really are not attached to the idea like, do I trust them? Do I have to trust them? None of that. Then we have the Four of Swords. So you don't feel like it matters whether or not you need to trust them. And you're sort of doing your own thing anyway, Ace of Swords. But you need to figure out things with them in this situation and communicate with them. But you're not dependent on them in any way. Then we have the Emperor. So maybe you really do trust this person. Maybe this is a situation. Magician, magician. The magician, the thing is, when you're the magician, you have to be honest. Because if you're not honest, then you're going to send a lot of karma on top of your head. Because when you're manifesting, when you're doing all this stuff, if you're not being legit, if you're not, like, part of the logos, the word, right, which is magician, governs the word is magic, logos is magic. And if you're not honest, Pisces, or if they're not honest, it's like karma. That's why when people play with magic, they get really burned, because they don't understand all of these kinetic effects of things. And that's why the law of attraction oftentimes gets completely misused and misunderstood, because there's a lack of authenticity in the situation. And then we have the Page of Wands, Sag, Leo, or Aries, secondary transits in Earth. I feel as though this person is to be trusted, Pisces, although I don't think you care. And I also feel like there's someone else coming into the situation that's going to be very relevant soon. So whoever you're dealing with, whether it feels like maybe the Emperor is dealing with the Magician, it doesn't matter what gender they are. And it feels like the Magician is super trustworthy and the Emperor is super loyal. So I feel like it's a strong yes. And it's so funny that you're the sign that cares the least about it, and you're the one that gets the highest, like, approval so far. Okay, so here we go. We have the Leo. Let's see your cards. Let's see what the universe has got to say. Let's see, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So we see the Death card. Okay, so that has to do with the ex. That has to do with the past situation. It feels like a shiver going down your back. Sorry about the truck. It feels like a shiver going down your back, you know? Then we have the Knight of Wands, Sag, Leo, or Aries, secondary transits in Air, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, and then Four of Swords. I just feel like you're escaping somebody, Leo, and you have that shiver down your back. You had a bad experience, and it really hit home, and you're constantly sort of haunted by it. It keeps coming up. Then we have the Star. Okay. But this is, oh, wow. Okay, then we have the Tower. Let's see the last card. Then we have the King of Swords. Good. Gemini, very trustworthy. Whoever, this is all about your feelings regarding the past. I feel like you were gaslit, Leo. I feel like someone told you their feelings were one way when they were another, to keep you going in a relationship, to get more out of you, all of that stuff. And I feel like that's a very traumatizing thing. If you're going through this and you need a counselor, go see a counselor. If you're figuring it out on your own, then have forgiveness for yourself and have compassion for whatever's going on. But the person you're currently dealing with, King of Swords, is my super trust card. You can say what you say about him being draconian or like very intense and very like controlling, but trust is not an issue for this guy. This guy's like I don't know, signature on everything, you know? He'll sign everything he says, and he stands by his word till the day he dies. So whoever you're dealing with now, in short, is trustworthy. It feels like you're definitely still dealing with mistrust issues from previous experiences in which your trust was, you know, someone was being a jerk. Okay, so then we have Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's take a, hi Aquarius, let's take a look at your trust situation. Aquarians are often labeled as being untrustworthy. Let me just finish, and especially Aquarian men. And I feel like that has to do with the fact that you and Pisces don't really need trust, because you know, like, that attachment to the need of trust is not necessary, because you know that sometimes someone can say that they, you know, trust you, and that you trust them, and then they can surprise you. And sometimes the person you trust the least can surprise you. So you know that those kinds of things are here. I took it away by mistake. You know, those kinds of things are sort of, there's a lot of, you know, things being said and people do different than what they say. So you have a weird relationship to trust as a concept. And so therefore other people get nervous around that, and you and Pisces both get really labeled. You look at it from a different perspective. Like you're not so dependent on trust in your relationships. You want trust there, but you know you can't control it. I think that's the point. It's a very evolved way of looking at it, in my opinion. Very hard to do. Chariot. Oh, again, that Chariot card. I don't give a what? I don't give two hoots whether I trust this person or not. But you have this Wheel of Fortune, so things are in your favor. You know. Also moving like from things from behind and setting up your own situation in a good direction, like turning your back on the past and looking towards the future. Let's see the next message. We have the Strength card. You're strong in your circumstances. Oh, we have a card that actually flew out. Just like, oh, Ace of Cups. See, I think that what this is saying in a big way, very similar to the Pisces reading, that it doesn't matter if this person trusts you or not, because if they don't trust you, you know that a new connection will form for you right after you experience whatever, if something doesn't work out, right? And then we have the Seven of Cups. Oh, so I feel like you're going strong into a situation. The Seven of Cups is Venus and Scorpio. And this card really does mean mistrust. I feel like more than anything else, you need to look deeper into a situation to figure out if all the excitement about it is real and figure out if it's legitimate. So, or if it's just a bunch of, you know, initial excitement. I feel like this is like an energy of you overcoming. You've overcome things. You've kind of proved some things wrong. You've turned your back on things that were not good, and you're excited about these new things. But I feel like maybe there is a situation you need to look deeper at to find out if it's real or not. I forgot to mention in the intro, Neptune is on a square from the nodes. So the North Node and South Node are in Gemini and Sagittarius, and Neptune is in Pisces. And it's forming not a direct square, it's a 5-degree orb, but it's still there. Like, and a square is essentially a hard angle, and that's causing confusion along the way to things. So it's not necessarily a no, it just goes slower, Aquarius, because you want to rush things. I think you just want to go and have fun and not pay attention, but there is something for you to figure out about this situation. That Seven of Cups. And it's not necessarily like a bad vibe. It's not necessarily like someone who is like untrustworthy. You also have to like assess the situation for the person's blind spots to see if like maybe they're not seeing something that you will. So it's not necessarily about somebody's intentionality. Sometimes it is to do with just who they are. So get to know the situation better. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Hey guys, let's take a look at your card. I got a comment that somebody was looking for the Gemini love relationship reading. It's coming out today, so hey girl, hey. I think all the air signs are, right? I don't think I did any air signs yet, so I do it at random. It just happened that way. So can you trust them? Three of Wands. This is someone from your past, is it? It's someone from your past. Someone you've known for a while, and this is like somebody who you've known for a while and you're reconnecting with them after a period of not being together. And I think you're excited, but you're nervous. So it's like, can this person, I think that you knew them to be trustworthy and loyal before, but you wonder what's going on now. Ooh, you're getting good cards. Uranus, the Fool, and then we have the Ten of Wands. You're trying to figure someone out. You're trying to figure someone out. And then we have the Emperor, Gemini. I think you can trust this person. I have a feeling that there's questions up in the air. I think you just need to get more familiar with the situation again. But I do think that this person's trustworthy. Let's see what happened. Ace of Pentacles, and this actually came out this way. So 8 of Cups for the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like even if it doesn't work out, then you're going to transition really smoothly into a new financial opportunity anyway. So whoever you're asking about, it is something that you can trust. There's little things to do with it where you need to kind of get reacquainted with someone, but overall I think that the picture is good. Okay. So next sign we have is Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's take a look at your cards. So we have the King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, secondary transits in fire. And then we have the Eight of Swords. Aries, I feel like you're dealing with an honest person, but there's things between you that are hard to address. So I think that that King of Pentacles is like solid as a rock, So this person is solid, but I think that there's things between the two of you in which you're not quite sure. And then we have the Lovers. I feel like the good will outweigh the bad in this situation. I feel like whatever's stopping you, the faster that you get to it, Aries, the better off you'll be. There's a real high chance here of a situation working out. And then we have the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So what is it? I heard this saying that like whenever things go bad with a man, there's a woman involved in the situation. There we go. So somebody's been stirring the pot, right? Then we have the Four of Pentacles. And there's not too much give in this situation. Like people are in their feelings, they're not communicating at this time. And we have the Sun, but there will be a good outcome. So there's a more Aries, there's a more deeper feeling in this situation. There's conflict. There is a conflict of interest, or things have been said, or it's not a straight cut answer, not an easy answer. But I do feel like there's a positive outcome, which is the Sun. Okay. And so what does the saying say? That like whenever there's a problem with a man, and this is a saying that I heard being said to other women, so women to women, which is kind of like a woman's inside joke, that like if there's a problem with a man around honesty, there's definitely a woman involved in there somewhere, something like that. I don't remember the wording, but I don't know if it's true. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comments what you think about that. It kind of resonates, but then I don't want to be like super prejudicial and be like, oh, women are evil, in all our relationships. But maybe, I kind of thought about all the different experiences I had. I'm like, maybe, maybe. Okay, so we have Sag, last but not least. Let's see. Okay, so Sun, Moon, and Rising. Can you trust him? Okay. So let's see. Can you trust him? I'll laugh. I'll tell you, but I won't tell you who. But this is inspired by a Sag. This reading this morning was inspired by a Sag. So this is for her. So, hey girl, hey. Okay, good luck with that. So we have the Eight of Pentacles, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I don't know what that means. That's Virgo Sun. Then we have the Two of Wands. Okay, change in perspective, or seeing more to the situation. Changing your feelings about things. The things that really mattered a lot don't matter so much anymore, or not as much now. And then we have the Chariot, which is overcoming things, finding resolution in a situation. I feel like it's trustworthy. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Whoa, loyalty. Did you guys notice, whoever watched the whole thing, did you guys see that this is the only one that got the Ten of Pentacles? They're not loyal, guys. They're not loyal. So for Sag, they are Ten of Pentacles, and then a careful movement forward. So this is actually looking like people picking up the pieces of a situation that was fractured and slowly moving towards a positive direction. So I feel like, yeah, it's a trustworthy situation if you go slow, okay? Sag, just go slow, girl. Go slow, okay? Slow, girl, slow. Yeah, that's it. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. I'm going to link through my latest video here. and stay tuned for your love compatibility for the last 4 signs. Okay? Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.